From English media again. David, good to see you. Welcome.
I'd like to a bit of an important toll on the board compared to the sort of attack because that was triggered with it.
I couldn't hear that, honestly, I couldn't.
I couldn't hear it either. Terrific innings from Ben, wasn't it? It was a bit of an important toll on the board. It's happened to be able to stop it.
Yeah. I think he played with real bravery, to be that far behind in the game, obviously 415, to go out and play like that was, I thought showed real bravery and skill, I guess. I think, the way that India changed the field and then he would hit it somewhere else, he'd hit it behind square and then they'd move the guy and then he'd hit it in front of square. I think that was, such a skillful innings against a good attack. He's a nightmare to bowl out in the nets. We try to get him to even just leave one, he never leaves any. So I'm delighted, the way that him and Zach go out together as a partnership, it really puts pressure on opposition. And, maybe he hasn't gotten the accolades that he would like with big scores, but, today was his day and it was amazing to watch, especially as a bowler that's just bowled plenty of overs, to sit back and, watch on a rapid outfielder. We certainly felt that as a bowling group that it was going to be, tough to contain. And, Ducky really took it on and played in that aggressive fashion that put the pressure back on India. Yeah, that's the other thing as well. It's been hot. He spent all that time out in the field, mentally to have that sort of capability to then go out there and play with the freedom and I guess the clarity of mind to play those shots and pick the right ball and still be there at the end. I mean, my heart jumped a little bit when that LB was gone down, but I'm delighted he's there in the morning. I'm absolutely over the moon to be off my feet. It was hard toil. I think it's a good wicket for the batters, but also, the odd ball spins, the odd ball doesn't bounce, or there's a bit of reverse, so it keeps you in the game, or you feel in the game. But it's not a wicket where you blast people out. It sort of feels to me like, it's hard work and you have to, try and eventually you'll get a reward if you stick at it.
Will, go ahead, please.
I don't know, we never really speak about it. We just talk about how we're trying to get those wickets. To be honest, we don't talk about, average score, or we think, you could look at it two ways. I felt like it felt long, the innings. There was a period of play where India didn't really go anywhere. The game sort of just stayed the way it was, that they weren't scoring fast runs, but we weren't getting any wickets, so the game just sort of stayed where it was. And then there was other parts of play where you think they're getting a bit too many runs here, we need a wicket. So it was a if I can say this, it was a bizarre leg day. It almost felt like, right, we should be getting more wickets, but then the game's not going anywhere. So if we get one wicket, then it looks very different. But if we don't break this partnership, then it's going to get away from us. So yeah, it felt a bit strange in that aspect. I think I would personally to have gone for less runs. I think to go over 4 and over, yes, my role is to be attacking and try and get wickets. But sometimes I felt I maybe leaked a little bit too much, but delighted that I got four wickets. I was not aware. I was a deep square, so on the boundary, and the umpire did this, and I was like, what is going on here? I honestly didn't know the rule, which is pretty shocking for an international cricketer, but I just assumed that, when all the lads were sort of like looking at each other and giggling, that something had happened, and then Johnny was very adamant that, we'll look after the wicket, so he wanted everyone to be off it. Good that, I get warned plenty of times for running on the wicket when I bowl, so nice to get one back off the batters, I guess.
Nish, go ahead, please.
Well, you had satisfying balls, I think it's about yesterday, considering I suppose you're not at all. First test in the games, like you can do reversely, and so actually it's really much with the body. You've got the test, how satisfying that in terms of showing you can be more and back.
Yeah, it was really satisfying, and the fact that, I haven't taken the new ball for a long time for England. I didn't contribute at all during the first test with bat ball or the field, so I feel like I'm getting a couple back this one. I think those early wickets, I wanted to set the tone alongside Jimmy. It was great to have another fast bowler out there with us. In the first game, sometimes I felt a bit lost in the fact that I was having to make it up as I went along. It would take me 3 or 4 balls, whereas when you have a partner, you can discuss things, what's working for you, what's not working, have you tried this, have you tried that? Whereas I felt, obviously, in the first game, being the only one, sometimes I'm going up to Stokesy saying, well, I think this is going to happen, or I think this might happen. So it was almost nice to have that partnership going, and those early wickets, I think, really, give me confidence for the rest of the innings.
And on top of it as well, obviously you've been incredibly consistent since you came back last week with Pakistan. But it seems like it's always suggesting stuff, making tweaks here from there. Obviously, not these things, he's only come out about a year. We talk about what he's been like on the field, and I suppose that side of the game.
Yeah, I think everybody has a voice towards Stokesy. I don't think it's just, the vice captain. Ducky's obviously a guy that you can just see from his own batting how he thinks about manoeuvring the field and how he can hit it here and things like that. So I think having that sort of cricket intelligence or cricket knowledge that he's able to contribute to Stokesy and say, look, at the way that he's shaping up, or with our spin, this is how I would look to play it, or something like that. And that's how, I guess, we're always trying to tinker with the field. We're not just trying to let the game flow by and nothing happen. We're trying to always make the batsman have to do a play, or we want to try and dictate how we can get a wicket. And Ducky's definitely amongst that.
Any more from the UK? Any more from India? We're done. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.